Hey, AppSmart family, it's Christopher Schubert, VP of Channel Sales for the South Region, back with another edition of our National Sales Solutions Selling Series. And I am joined today by Sean McCaffrey of Intuit, who heads up sales for those lovely providers of that lovely software, QuickBooks and Quicken, and much, much more. So, Sean, thanks for joining us today. And if you would, I kind of mentioned the name brands there, but tell us a little bit about the solution set that Intuit is bringing to the AppSmart community.
Yeah, thanks for having me today, Christopher, and great to be here. So QuickBooks, really our heritage started out with the on-prem, non-subscription desktop, as it's known, product, right? Pro and Premier. Where we have moved over the last really five to 6 years is into the online SaaS space with QuickBooks Online. So our product has really evolved, right? And it provides a really great opportunity for the advisors to really take that on-prem, non-subscription type product into a SaaS product with QuickBooks Online. So our focus and our strategy is really around our QuickBooks Online product. And we're looking obviously to sunset some of our Pro and Premier legacy products in lieu of the time that we can take to market with a SaaS-based product like QuickBooks Online.
Makes a lot of sense. So from a technology advisor perspective, I mean, it's tempting just to, look at the line card and go to a customer and say, hey, do you use QuickBooks? Well, I can offer that to you too. But really where we see most successful advisors is really understanding, the concepts around financial software and why they should be asking questions to uncover those opportunities. So from an Intuit perspective, what are the best practices that a technology advisor can use to uncover an opportunity for QuickBooks outside of just saying, hey, do you have QuickBooks?
Right. And, financial management, financial accounting can sometimes appear or seem to be daunting, right? The beauty of QuickBooks is that it is very easy to use. It's very intuitive. If anyone's used our...
Did you really say that you really use Intuit?
Play a pun on words there. But if anyone's used really our TurboTax product, which is really a B2C type product, very simple, easy to use. QuickBooks Online is very, very similar in terms of the AI and automation type of features. That's very, again, intuitive for customers to leverage. So I think some of the best practices are, first and foremost, just something general in sales is listening and understanding what is the best product fit for that customer. But I think more than that, it's outside of just understanding the business challenges that the customer has, is how do you leverage with QuickBooks some of the human capital management type of other solutions that it provides. I think today where we are is it's empowering the small business to be able to compete with a larger enterprise in the areas, when I mean human capital management, of offering a 401k, of offering RSUs, opening up different avenues for the small business to be able to compete with a larger enterprise. Because our sweet spot really is between the 10 to 150 employee size. So empowering and discovering really what is the best practice for that customer to maximize their productivity and the time to revenue that they can attain. Because again, QuickBooks is depending on the complexity of the customization that may be needed, could be as little as a 1-week implementation or even less, right? So giving back that customer the time that they may be doing and spending outside of their core business is what's key to making QuickBooks Online successful.
Some interesting points, Sean. And for the AppSmart community, obviously, one of the big advantages of the AppSmart marketplace is the ability to consolidate everything onto one bill and one service. So when we go to someone, we can let them know AppSmart is your provider of all these different types of software. And you can get them all in one bill, all consolidated. And for the folks that are already using QuickBooks or are in the process of moving to QuickBooks Online from a legacy system, that makes a lot of sense. But the one thing I'd ask for our community to kind of hone in on is that idea too is, there are plenty of SMB businesses that are running off of spreadsheets or God help you, even worse, maybe a notepad and a paper when it comes to their financials. And QuickBooks really does allow a small business to really take control of their finances, their invoicing, their booking, their taxes, and gives them the ability to compete on a larger level. And that I think is the key question for the AppSmart advisors to ask is, beyond do you use QuickBooks, is, what is your financial software solution today? Because that's an area we can definitely help you. Along those lines, though, I'm sure you've seen some big goof ups along the way in sales. What do you think is the biggest mistake that people make when they're trying to sell your software, and how should our advisors maybe avoid that?
Yeah, I think no customer wants to either overpay for features that they don't need, or they don't get what they really need from a feature set, depending on the industry vertical that they're in. Mm-hmm. So I think that the key really is QuickBooks and Intuit will come with a kind of a solar system of different applications that kind of revolve around it. And really, customers are oftentimes saying, as I grow, do I outgrow QuickBooks, or do I outgrow a solution as my business grows? And really, there's some key applications that, depending on what vertical industry you're in, you can get ERP type features, right? That at a budget that fits your size as a small business, and utilizing the features that you're actually using without overpaying for those that you don't need. So I think some of the mistakes have been jumping to the conclusion that you outgrow a solution. And I think the power of what we can provide and what we can show you through the other providers that are available within AppSmart can really give them the power of those ERP features without making a painful migration to a customer that really could be, from a business transformation perspective, set them back and have them kind of squirrel and focus on things that aren't core to their business. And with that, they're losing not only time, they're losing money, they're losing employees, there's frustration. So it's really understanding, what are the manual processes they have today? What are the compliance needs that they have today? And once you kind of suss out those needs, it's finding the really the right version of QuickBooks that fits the needs for that customer.
Great points there, Sean. And another takeaway for the AppSmart community here is, we're starting to see more and more action around the ERP product set. It's coming into the channel fast and furious. Is it an everyday sale yet? No, but the QuickBooks side could definitely make it an everyday sale. And here's why. We've seen a lot of attention around SAP, and great feature set, great software solution set in the ERP world. But you know what happens with SAP? SAP starts an enterprise level. We have some great providers that are providing SAP into our marketplace, which is fantastic. But it really starts at the enterprise level. It's not that 50 to 150 sweet spot for Intuit. So we've got the enterprise and all those things you're learning about ERP and going, man, I can't give that to a small business. Yes, you can. And you can do that through the Intuit family. So this is probably going to tie into our final question here. And we talked a lot about QuickBooks and what QuickBooks is, and the financial software that is intuitive to our advisor base here. But what do you think is the biggest misconception around Intuit?
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception is that QuickBooks Online is only for the small 5-employee type of business, right? And it's really not. We have people, running up to 500 million to $1 billion businesses still running on QuickBooks. Now, of course, that depends on your industry, what you're doing, right? If you're more in the retail services space and less on the manufacturing, having inventory. But you hit the nail on the head, because it's how do you grow with that customer as they move up, and really right sizing instead of outgrowing. So I think the other thing is, we have a product called QB Time. That's really a time tracking type of app that really gives the advisor the potential that if they're not running on QuickBooks payroll, or there's not an opportunity there. Maybe they're with ADP, maybe they're with Paychex, maybe they're with Gusto, some other payroll providers that are out there. It can integrate and scale with those up to unlimited amounts. So we have customers into the 1,000, 5,000 employee space. So it also gives the opportunity to go into that really the mid and enterprise space with specific solutions. And finally, I think from a misconception is that QuickBooks can't solve everything in a robust way. And I think we've shown, as well as with the advent of cloud, right, with our SaaS solution, that our ability to really put out features on a consistent basis solves the needs of the inventory, advanced reporting, and others that customers need today.
Well, Sean, I appreciate you taking some time to teach our team about Intuit and the QuickBooks family of products. We greatly appreciate you being a part of the AppSmart family. And folks, check out Intuit. It's available on the AppSmart marketplace today. Purchase that software directly through there and help your customers win with Intuit. Thanks again, Sean, and we'll see you all next time.